All right, so aiming for that lottery manager position. Huh, that's a pretty cool goal. It's a field that blends strategy, numbers, and a bit of showmanship. Definitely not your typical 9 to 5. We've got your back as you prep for this interview.
We'll be using RoleCatcher's resources, including career guides and some seriously cool AI tools.
Think of this deep dive as your own personal coaching session.
Yeah, these AI tools can analyze job descriptions and even give you feedback on your answers. It's like having a secret weapon in your interview arsenal.
We'll start with a quick peek into the daily life of a lottery manager, and then we'll tackle those interview questions head on.
We won't just give you the right answers, but we'll help you understand what those interviewers are really looking for and how to make your responses stand out.
That's key, because interviewers want more than just textbook answers. They want to see you've got the skills and mindset to really thrive in this role.
So let's dive into the lottery manager life. It's way more than just drawing numbers. You're responsible for the entire operation, from managing staff to ensuring customers are happy.
And let's not forget overseeing finances and even crafting marketing campaigns.
Right. It's
It's like conducting an orchestra, making sure all the different parts are working together smoothly.
And then there's the whole compliance side of things. You've got to be a stickler for the rules and regulations to make sure everything is fair and transparent.
Absolutely. Think of those regulations as the foundation of the lottery.
They protect the game's integrity and make sure everyone has a fair chance.
Now, before we jump into those interview questions, let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can help you prepare.
Oh, yeah, that's a game changer.
Imagine uploading the job description, and RoleCatcher breaks it down, showing you the exact skills they're looking for. Then it compares those to your resume.
It highlights any areas where you might need to boost your experience or tailor your answers.
Like having a personalized career coach who knows exactly what this particular employer wants.
And that's not all. RoleCatcher's AI can even analyze your video rehearsals and give you feedback on your delivery, body language, overall presentation, the whole package.
Okay, let's get down to business with those interview questions. One they're almost guaranteed to ask is, what experience do you have in managing a lottery? Now, don't panic if you haven't actually managed a lottery before.
Right. What they're really after is evidence of transferable skills.
Have you managed teams, handled budgets, overseen projects with lots of moving parts?
Think about any experiences where you've shown leadership, organization, problem solving, or a sharp attention to detail. Those are all valuable in this role.
Absolutely. Now, let's say they ask, how do you ensure the lottery is fair and unbiased? This is where your knowledge of those regulations really comes in handy.
Exactly. They want to see you get the importance of compliance.
And that you're dedicated to upholding the integrity of the lottery.
Don't just say you'll follow the rules, give them specific examples. Maybe you implemented a new system for transparency or caught a potential problem and fixed it. Show them you're all about fairness.
Here's one that lets you get a little creative. What strategies would you use to increase lottery sales? This is your chance to shine as a strategic thinker.
Think about the target audience, what makes people play.
How can you reach new players and keep the current ones engaged?
Maybe you've got ideas for exciting new games or innovative marketing campaigns or even partnerships with local businesses.
Don't be afraid to think outside the box here. They want to see your passion and your willingness to explore new ideas.
Now, for a question that's all about the bottom line, how do you ensure the lottery is profitable?
They want to see that you're not just a dreamer, but that you get the financial realities of running a successful lottery.
Definitely. Talk about your budgeting skills, your ability to manage costs.
And your understanding of revenue streams.
Could you spot opportunities to streamline operations or explore new ways to bring in revenue? This is your chance to show off your savvy business mind.
All right, next up. How do you manage and train lottery staff? Remember, a lottery manager is a leader, not just a boss.
It's all about those people skills. How do you motivate and inspire your team? How do you create a positive and productive work environment? Talk about your approach to training and development.
Do you encourage professional growth? Do you foster open communication and feedback? Show them you're the kind of leader who brings out the best in their team.
Now, back to compliance for a sec with this question. How do you ensure the lottery complies with all regulations and laws?
This is another chance to emphasize your commitment to ethical conduct and your deep understanding of the rules.
Right. Highlight your knowledge of the specific regulations governing the lottery.
And any systems you'd put in place to guarantee compliance.
Maybe you have experience developing training programs or conducting audits.
They want to see you're proactive and detail-oriented when it comes to following the rules.
Let's move on to a question that tests your big picture thinking. What's the biggest challenge facing the lottery industry today?
They want to know you're not just focused on the day-to-day tasks, but also aware of the wider trends and challenges shaping the industry.
Have you done your research? Are you following industry news and keeping up with the latest developments? This is your chance to show off your thought leadership.
And your ability to analyze complex issues.
And even more importantly, have you thought about potential solutions or strategies to tackle those challenges? They want to see that you're not just identifying problems, but actively thinking about how to overcome them.
Okay, let's tackle another marketing-focused question.
Yeah.
How do you ensure the lottery is marketed effectively?
They want to see you understand your target audience, you can craft compelling messaging.
And you know how to pick the right channels to reach them.
Think about the different ways people get their information today. Are you using social media, mobile apps, partnerships with other organizations?
And remember, it's not just about getting the word out. It's about measuring results and making smart decisions based on data. How would you track the success of your marketing campaigns? What metrics would you use?
Show them you're not just throwing things at the wall and hoping they stick. You're a strategic marketer who knows how to get results.
All right, now for a question that's all about you. What are the most important skills for a lottery manager to have? This is your chance to sell yourself and highlight the qualities that make you perfect for this role.
Choose skills that line up with the job description and back them up with solid examples from your own experience.
And remember, this is where RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher analyzes the job description and your resume and helps you identify the specific skills this employer values most. Then you can tailor your answer to emphasize those skills and show how your experience fits their needs perfectly.
Okay, one more question before we wrap up this part. How would you use technology to enhance the lottery experience?
This question is all about innovation and your vision for the future of the lottery.
They want to see you're thinking critically about how to keep the lottery exciting and relevant in a world that's constantly changing. This is your chance to let your creativity shine.
Maybe you'd propose integrating mobile apps to make buying tickets and claiming prizes easier. Or perhaps you'd envision interactive games that add a whole new dimension to the traditional lottery experience.
The key is to show them you're passionate about the industry and always looking for ways to push boundaries and create something truly innovative.
Okay, so we've covered a ton in this first part.
We've talked about the diverse responsibilities of a lottery manager, the crucial role of compliance, and how to tackle some of the most common interview questions. We've also touched on how RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor your answers and stand out from the competition.
But there's still so much more to explore. In the next part, we'll dig deeper into some potential follow-up questions.
And we'll discuss strategies for handling those curveballs with confidence. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Let's dig into some of those potential follow-up questions you might get during your interview. These are designed to really test how deeply you've thought about certain aspects of the role.
It's like they're peeling back the layers, huh? So let's say you've just shared your awesome strategies for increasing lottery sales.
Right.
And the interviewer hits you with, can you give me a specific example of a successful marketing campaign you've implemented?
They're not just looking for any example here.
They want something relevant to the lottery industry, or at least something that shows you understand target audiences and how to reach them effectively.
Right. So if you have experience in the lottery world, awesome.
Share a story about a campaign you led, the results you got, and what you learned from it.
What was your approach and how did you measure its success?
But even if you come from a different field, you can still tailor your answer to highlight transferable skills.
Exactly.
Did you lead a social media campaign that boosted engagement for a local business?
Yeah, or maybe you organized a community event that drew a big crowd.
The key is to connect the dots for them. Explain how the skills you used in that example, like market research, creative thinking, data analysis, translate to the world of lottery marketing.
Now, imagine you're talking about managing and training staff,
Right.
and the interviewer asks, how would you handle a situation where a staff member wasn't following procedures, potentially putting the fairness of the lottery at risk?
Ooh, that's a tough one. This is where you show off your leadership skills and your commitment to ethical conduct. They want to know you can handle these sensitive situations professionally and won't compromise the lottery's integrity.
For sure. Start by acknowledging how serious the situation is.
Emphasize that you have zero tolerance for anything that could compromise fairness.
Then, outline a clear plan of action. You could mention conducting a thorough investigation to get all the facts.
Depending on how serious it is, you might have to take disciplinary action, retraining, or even involve higher authorities. It's all about protecting the public's trust in the lottery.
Yeah, the important thing is showing you're not afraid to act decisively. You understand the importance of compliance and maintaining a level playing field.
Okay, get ready for a curveball. They might ask, if you could make one major change to modernize the lottery experience, what would it be?
Ooh, this is your time to shine. This is all about innovation and your vision for the future. They want to see if you're keeping up with industry trends and thinking critically about how to keep the lottery relevant and exciting.
Don't hold back.
Maybe you'd propose using blockchain technology to increase transparency and security.
Or what about interactive mobile games that add a whole new dimension to the lottery experience? Let your creativity flow.
Right. The goal is to show your passion and your ability to think outside the box. Show them you're always looking for ways to push boundaries and create something truly innovative.
Now remember, RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help with these follow-up questions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It can analyze your practice answers and point out areas where you could be more specific or persuasive. It can even suggest ways to connect your experience to the job requirements.
It's like having a personal interview coach right there in your pocket.
Okay, we've covered a lot on interview questions, but there's one more crucial element we need to talk about: company culture.
That's right. Before you walk into that interview, take some time to research the specific lottery organization you're applying to. What's their mission statement?
Their core values.
What kind of image do they project to the public? It's like getting to know them on a first date. You want to see if you're a good match.
Exactly. Once you understand their culture, you can tailor your answers to align with their priorities and goals.
For example, if they're all about community engagement, you could highlight your experience in working with local businesses or organizing charitable events.
Show them you're not just there to manage a lottery, but to become part of their community.
Or if they're known for being tech-savvy, you might emphasize your passion for exploring new digital platforms or innovative marketing strategies.
Align yourself with their forward-thinking approach.
Right. The key is to show them you're not just looking for any lottery manager job. You're genuinely interested in working for them and contributing to their vision.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher can help you with this too. Remember how we talked about analyzing job descriptions to identify specific skills?
Yeah.
Well, it can also analyze company websites, news articles, social media, all that stuff, to give you insights into their culture and values.
It's like having a team of researchers working behind the scenes, giving you the inside scoop.
And once you have that information, you can use it to craft answers that really hit the mark.
Like, let's say RoleCatcher finds out the organization is really passionate about responsible gaming practices.
You could weave that into your answer about ensuring fairness and unbiased lottery operations.
You could talk about transparent game rules, age verification, and educational campaigns to promote responsible play. Show them you share their values.
By highlighting those things, you're not just answering the question, you're showing you understand and support their overall mission.
And that's how you make a real impression. You've done your homework, you're genuinely interested, and you're ready to go.
Now, as you practice your answers, remember it's not about memorizing scripts. It's about showing your understanding of the industry, your transferable skills, and why you're the perfect fit for their culture.
And with RoleCatcher's AI tools helping you, you can do all of that with confidence and precision.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to talk about. In the next part, we'll explore potential follow-up questions and discuss strategies for handling those unexpected curveballs with grace and confidence. Okay, we're back for the final part of our Lottery Manager Interview Prep Deep Dive. We've talked about showcasing your experience, aligning with company culture, and now it's time to gear up for those tricky follow-up questions interviewers love.
Yeah, think of them as bonus rounds,
A chance to really show off how well you understand things and how quickly you can think on your feet.
Right. They might build on an earlier answer or take the conversation in a whole new direction.
So let's say you just nailed the question about ensuring the lottery's profitability.
Okay.
And then the interviewer asks, what's a specific cost-cutting measure you'd consider? And how would you make sure it doesn't hurt the player experience?
That's a good one.
This is where your analytical skills really come in.
You could talk about streamlining operations, maybe by tweaking the prize structure for some games.
Or exploring more efficient ways to print tickets.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But here's the key. You also need to show that you're thinking about the players.
Right.
Explain how you'd minimize any negative impacts, like making sure the prize pool is still attractive.
And making sure players know about any changes.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance. Showing you're responsible with money while keeping the player experience front and center.
It's about making sure it's still enjoyable and fair for everyone.
Okay, let's switch gears. Let's say you're discussing staff training and the interviewer asks, how would you deal with resistance to change from longtime employees when you're implementing a new technology system?
Ah, that's a classic.
This one's all about leadership and being able to understand people.
Yeah, you got to acknowledge that change can be tough, especially for people who've been doing things the same way for years.
Right.
You want to emphasize the benefits of the new system, not just for the organization, but for the employees themselves.
Maybe it simplifies their work, reduces errors, or even gives them a chance to learn new skills. And don't underestimate the power of clear communication and good training to make the transition smoother.
A good leader knows there will be pushback and addresses those concerns head on, turns that resistance into enthusiasm.
All right, one final challenge. If you had a bottomless budget for a year, what's one dream project you'd implement to revitalize the lottery in your state?
Oh, I like this one.
This is where you can let your imagination run wild.
But remember, it's not just about spending money for no reason.
Right.
You want to connect your dream project back to the core goals of the lottery, like boosting revenue, engaging players, and giving back to the community.
Exactly. Maybe you'd create a super cool mobile app with interactive games and personalized features.
Or a huge community outreach program that uses lottery money to support local businesses and charities.
The key is to show you're a strategic thinker and that you're passionate about making the lottery a positive force.
It's not just about picking numbers, it's about making a difference.
Okay, so as we wrap up our interview prep, remember what we've talked about. Show off your relevant experience, highlight your transferable skills, and align yourself with the organization's culture. And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI can help fine-tune your answers and give you an advantage.
For sure.
Most importantly, go into that interview with confidence and let your passion shine through. Be ready to share your vision for the future of the lottery.
You got this.
And hey, sometimes the toughest questions are the best opportunities to impress. Good luck. We're cheering for you to hit that career jackpot.